Hey gang, Gremlin Gear. Today I'm going to be talking about how to transport your equipment. So if you haven't already subscribed, if you're new to the channel, and you like this stuff, you want to see more of it, and you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Welcome back everybody. So like I said, today we're going to be talking about transporting your equipment, your gear. I'm going to get comfortable right here on both my duffel bags since we're going to be staring at the floor today, going over what I've got. So I think I'll make this a short video. And what we've got going on is how to transport all your equipment from point A to point B. So if you're a range goer, as you probably should be or have before, you've probably realized that packing up to go to the range is a lot of work. It's a lot of forethought, a lot of planning. And along with this, kind of the idea is that if you're going to be a prepared person, a prepared citizen, if you want to be a Minuteman type, you want to have all your gear ready to go in as short of a notice as possible. Being ready anywhere from like 2 to 5 minutes with all your stuff, being able to grab it and go mobile with it, being able to grab it and go outside your house, put all your stuff in your car. And so I'll just go ahead and be reflective. What I have going on right here today, this setup isn't really anything new. I didn't come up with it. I actually got this idea from an old T-Rex arms video from Lucas. And it was his HK 416 video, which I didn't really care too much for the video, but the coolest part that I thought was if you skip to I think it's at the beginning and at the end, he shows where he's walking around in like normal clothes, and then he has 2 duffel bags that look pretty normal, and deploys all of his gear from those 2 duffel bags, and then goes into the video to go shooting. And it was really cool because everything was staged and prepped and ready to go and quick. So, mags loaded, gun belt, plate carrier, chest rig, all in their own respective bags, and he was able to get it all out and get it on really quickly. And so that really motivated me to like figure out, okay, can I fit all my stuff in a bag with a rifle? And if not, I should be able to do that, and I should have that capability to be able to squeeze everything into a bag. And so in this video, we are going to go over my bags, my duffel bags, because he never really makes a video about it or shows what he's got. But if you slow the video down, you can actually see where he's got everything placed. And so I just thought I'd take it into my own hands and to go ahead and show what I have in my duffel bags, and how I keep my gear pretty balanced between the two. So let's get right into it. So before we get any more into the video, the way that I have these duffel bags set up, there's really no method to it. There's really no like reason that I have certain items in one or more bags. It really just comes down to what's the most balanced thing, like physically, like with weight. Because whenever I tried to put everything in one duffel bag, so like plate carrier, chest rig, kind of just like whatever I needed. Sometimes it would be all my items, but like helmet, belt, and even a rifle. And I can actually stuff all that in this Mystery Ranch bag. And right, this is a Mystery Ranch duffel bag. There are a ton of duffel bags you can use. I'm going to spitball some ideas throughout the video. You don't have to get this. And then this one's a Dakine. So both of these brands are good. So it's Dakine. Dakine. So Mystery Ranch, Dakine, those are the bags that I'm using. You can use anything. I had these bags. I've had this one for an extremely long time. I don't even know how I got it. This one is waterproof, or very water resistant. I've had this in the back of my truck rolling down the road with all my gear in it before, and it's rained. And I was just kind of like whatever, it'll be fine. Everything's waterproof anyways. And then I actually unzipped it and realized this bag's waterproof or very water resistant. I don't know if it's submersible, but I kept all my stuff dry in the rain in the back of my truck. So cool bag. Maybe find one that does that. Duffel bags are kind of expensive, especially if you're going to go something like Patagonia. Maybe you can find some secondhand stuff. I'll spitball some ideas. Dakine makes other bags. They make like sporting bags. They even make snowboard bags. I have a snowboard bag from them. So, also be flexible in what bags you like choose. You don't have to get like a black or gray duffel bag. You can also get like a floral snowboard bag like I use for my snowboard. It's like green and white and has like flowers on it. And something like that, you know, if you're trying to go for that like low vis look, something like that is going to be very unsuspecting, and it's not going to draw a lot of attention. Where if you have like a Coyote Brown duffel bag with a bunch of molly webbing on the outside, everyone's gonna know what's up. So if you don't want to draw a bunch of attention to yourself, as far as like you just don't want people to know or even think that you've got guns for whatever reason that is, you know, especially if you don't want someone breaking your car because they think you have guns. I would say that's kind of like the biggest reason in today's society, because I'm not trying to do anything like crazy, just maybe not have my car broken into and my gun stolen. So I don't keep guns in my car like at all, but I know some of y'all, maybe you do. Something to consider. So yeah, just there's nothing really in either of these bags. There's no like reason for it outside of just what I find balanced. So start off with the black one because it's a little bit more simple what I've got going on in here. This one does have a side compartment, which at the moment I don't keep anything in, and then that's it. So this compartment's completely empty, but you can fit a lot of stuff in there. I don't have a reason to right now. So, oh, and like, just to kind of show, you know, these bags have lots of straps, but, and I know obviously it's kind of hard to tell, I'm just standing up, but both of these bags are pretty balanced. I don't really feel like I have to lean one way or the other. And that's a big thing I was kind of getting into saying. If you put all your stuff in one bag, it's going to be way too heavy. You're going to be so weighted off to one side, you won't be able to like walk or run very effectively. If you balance both of the bags and your gear between them, you will be able to just move better. Even though you're holding more stuff, believe me when I say it, it will be more comfortable. It's a little bit more complexity, but if everything's just smashed in the one bag, it's honestly going to be a lot harder to get into anyways. So, first bag, open it up, and the first thing I can get to is my rifle. So, I've got a 10.5 Mark 18 clone, just broken down in here. You know, you can do whatever gun, you know, like if you've got something, you've got like a 16-inch gun. Obviously, this is longer. It's got a can on it. So, I don't know if this is like 16 inches. But it's probably pretty close. It's a Dead Air Sandman K. But, oh yeah, you can see how quick I am with this deployment. But already, got a fighting rifle ready in the first bag. So, rifle broken down, rifle's there, check that box. And then everything else I keep in here, it's actually mainly like my body armor. So I keep like no ammo in this bag besides what's on my pistol belt. So next item is my helmet. ACH, old style helmet, vibes, drip. I like this helmet a lot. I think it looks super sexy, super G-waddy. And that's kind of what I'm nostalgic for. Because that was what was going on whenever I was growing up, kind of. So I love my ACH helmet. I've got a whole video on it. It's in there with the rifle. I always try to keep my headset with my helmet because that just makes sense in my mind. So I've got my headset in there. Usually kind of stow it inside of the helmet somehow. All right. Like I said, in no particular order, I've got my gun belt. Okay. Got a whole video on this. It's my pistol belt. See all the goodies on there. I keep it wrapped up. I usually will be wearing the interior belt, but if I'm not, I keep it Velcroed inside. And I store it all like this. Thigh strap's not buckled or anything. Everything's on there. I've got medical. Good to go. All right. Then got my plate carrier. So this is a TRX Arms AC1, whenever they first started coming out with them. This is like one of the originals. So I've got an AC1, got a GP pouch that I keep some items in there, and this kind of can come on and off. If I'm wearing a chest rig, I'll remove this. But if I'm gonna run a 5.56 like mag shingle on the front, like 3 mags, I do have a shingle in the other duffel, and I keep this just kind of all together just so I can kind of scale depending on what I'm doing. So you'll kind of see why when I go into this bag, I just go ahead and keep the Velcro GP on there, because if I don't need it, I just tear it off and just throw it in the bag. So that's the first bag, guys. Really nothing crazy. I've got body armor. I've got the belt. Right, and the helmet and the ears can kind of sit inside of here, but they don't have to. And then I've got plenty of room to store the rifle. Oh. That was all the feedback from my sword ends that I accidentally turned on, so make sure that doesn't happen. And then, yeah, got the rifle. So, bing, bada, boom, all in one bag. Set it out to the side. Let's get into the second bag. Right, and this one, this Mystery Ranch bag is cool. Has a lot of pockets. It's kind of like a luggage bag. It's actually got backpack straps, which I don't really understand. They're inside of here. So I guess you just, I don't know, it makes sense to me if they were on the other side, but it does have backpack straps. You could throw this on your back, but I'm not gonna do it because it's kind of a lot of weight. I don't really see the point. So sometimes in this front pocket, I'll carry different items for the mission or whatever. I do have a ski mask in here, not that you really need that, and just like a regular waterproof toboggan. So these are just items that kind of come in and out. No particular fashion. I've got my woodland pants. I'll sometimes put my woodland top in here. Just kind of depends. So pretty much in this front pocket, I might keep some light clothes, some stuff I might want to change into on the go. But like I said, those items are kind of arbitrary right now. Don't really matter. Opening it up. Boom. Okay, so there's a lot of weight that goes on with just the ammo part, and that's why I keep it separate. I mean, this stuff does add up. It weighs, the black bag is slightly heavier than this bag, but it is still pretty balanced. So, and look, everything's staged and ready to go. It's like, see how organized this looks? I mean, it's pretty nice. So, all my chest rigs can fit in here. This is my smallest chest rig, but I can fit an FLC or a tap panel in here as well. But right now I have my quad flap. So it's T-Rex Arms quad flap chest rig. And it's all loaded out. It's all ready to go. I've got all the goodies on here that I've made videos on. GP pouch. I'm rocking 6 mags and a smoke grenade in this pocket right now with my multi-tool right here. Wallaby pouch tucked away. Medical gear in the canteen pouch. I've got shears. Actually just added this cool knife that was my great-grandfather's. And it's in woodland, which is super drippy. What is this? It's a Gerber knife. Yeah, this thing's old though. Really cool though. Got my radio staged and my new push-to-talk that I'll be making a video on. Super tactile button. It's really nice. I still need to go out and use it. But anyways, chest rig, okay? 6 mags, could have 8, but just 6 mags, it's chest rig. And then I have my assault backpack, my assault style backpack. It is a small, okay, also T-Rex Arms product. It's the Eagle Yote. You can get whatever one you want. The items that go in here can scale, really just depending on what I'm doing that day, that given moment. There could be, oh geez, there could be water in here, like a 3-liter Camelback. They usually have extra medical, extra max, might have rain gear stuffed in here, okay? Whatever you need, okay? The assault bag is gonna go in there with my chest rig. And that just keeps it balanced for me. Now, the cool thing is with this duffel bag, it's got these huge side pouches. And I'll keep other things in here that I might need or want to scale. For example, Spirit Systems fanny pack. Got a Cliff Bar in here that I should probably just put with my camping stuff and eat sometimes. So if I don't want to run a belt, or, you know, I have a whole video on fanny packs, what they can be useful for. It's empty. I don't keep anything in there. It's just like if I need that capability, I've got the bag. I've got a lighter, like actual mask I'd use with my helmet. So it's in the side here. I may or may not want that mask, depending on what I'm doing. These side pockets are really cool though, because you can't put a lot in here. Like for example, knee pads. Okay, I don't really recommend these. These are some Maguire gear knee pads you can get for pretty cheap, like 20 bucks for like the, I guess like GWatt style. I think that's whenever people were really wearing these. Now you got all the pants with the internal knee pads, but these are pretty cheap. I spray painted them. They were UCP. I spray painted them. Kind of look kind of cool. So I've got my knee pads. I actually got an extra set of cheap Ear Pro. This is mainly like a gun range item, along with my shot timer. And I've got my 3-mag shingle in case I need to just pull mags out and run something slick and lighter. I don't need a full blown chest rig. So, and then everything in here, this is also cool. I've got storage here. I've got NFA paperwork as far as like expressors, tax stamps. That's the stuff sort of goes. Some special tools and my gun range targets along with Sharpies and a stack of 3x5 index cards. I can use that for a lot of stuff. Use it for the gun range, use it for marking stuff, leaving notes. It's always good to have like notes that you can leave. You guys would, in an age where we do everything on our phones, you'd be surprised how often it is nice to just have some paper and a pen to write with and leave notes for people or things. So I keep that in there too. But besides that, guys, that's really it. Like I said, this was a pretty simple, straightforward video, but I just wanted to show it can be done and how I do it. And honestly, this is how I would recommend breaking things up. Like chest rig, kind of like sustainment type gear, all your ammo. This is all the weight goes in the one bag, kind of disperse the weight evenly between the two bags. All right, and the other thing I wanted to touch on and encourage is that you don't have, like I said, you don't have to buy these duffel bags. You don't have to buy duffel bags, period. You can do this with other creative avenues. Like I was hinting at, you could buy sport duffel bags for different things. I know some people say maybe not to do that because if you're carrying around like a snowboard bag in the summertime, might draw attention, but I don't know. You could do this with luggage, right? If you've got old, even dilapidated, like crappy, beat up luggage, although maybe it still works, has working wheels and stuff like that, you could put all your gear in luggage cases. Maybe you can modify them to fit your stuff better. Maybe you could even put like a foam insert in there for certain items. So I guess the only thing is with luggage, things might rock around in there a little bit more, like if you don't want your helmet, your body armor flying all around. But you could absolutely use luggage. The nice thing is too, if you are older or if you are admittedly a little bit out of shape, like luggage with wheels, don't overlook that. Instead of carrying around these bags, you could roll it around on wheels and it could save you a lot of energy. And that is a big deal, especially if you're moving around in urban areas for longer walks. Bags on wheels are going to be the way to go. Like regular luggage. And honestly, like especially if you're dressed like decently, if you're just carrying around luggage, depending on where you are, like certain cities and stuff, no one's going to question that. You're just going to see you as like a traveler. I know that was like the most, whenever I was overseas, you saw people dragging around luggage pretty much everywhere you went. So it kind of depends where you live too. But that's a big advantage is having wheels. For example, I know Dakine makes, they make these big long snowboard bags, these sport bags with wheels on them. And they're really long and you might think that's a weird shape to put all your gear in. But I bet you could actually fit all this stuff in one of those super long snowboard bags because they're very big, they're long, and you could probably space out. I know for a fact you could fit all your stuff in there. You could space out a plate carrier, a helmet. You could fit a rifle as long as you could probably fit a freaking Mosin Nagant in one of those things and just carry it all behind you and just wheel it around and pick it up and put it in a truck whenever you need it. You know, so you could fit all your stuff in one bag like that if you wanted to get creative and you want to just carry it all in one bag. And I would definitely look for things that aren't just like your typical run-of-the-mill like gun store carrying cases, because sometimes, man, those things just aren't built very well. I've bought my fair share of those and just haven't liked certain features about them. And everyone's going to know that you're carrying a rifle in a rifle case whenever you have a rifle case. So just understand that. So that's kind of it, guys. I hope you like my duffel bags. I certainly like them. They work for me. They stack nice in my closet. I just have them vertically like dominoes, stuffed into a corner. And all this stuff works pretty well. Kind of just figured this out with a little bit of time. I'd say the biggest thing, guys, my advice is keep your stuff ready to go. Keep your mags topped off at all times. Keep a little bit of water, a little bit of like MREs, rations, food. Just gear organization is so big whenever you're getting into all this stuff. I'll have to say, like, you'll kind of realize, dad advice section. If you see yourself wanting a bunch of this stuff, maybe you don't already have it, understand this. It doesn't matter. Don't be obsessive over this stuff. Don't desire it all that much. You know, work for it. Make good purchasing decisions. Make decisions that you can manage. And just understand that whenever you start accumulating all of these things, doesn't mean you're going to be at peace and at zen. You know, I have my whole fighting gear, my whole fighting rifle setup, and all that stuff. So life's good. It turns into a lot of just like management, inventory management, and management. You're just constantly like, oh, I have to replenish batteries. I have to replenish my mags. I have to buy more of this, buy more of that. And so do things in a very like responsible, scalable manner. If you get too crazy with it, if you have too many guns, you'll realize it's a huge headache and it's a lot to keep up with. So that's my advice to you. Get what you need. And I know this, you know, figuring out what you do need in today's society can be quite a challenge. But, you know, guys, this is what I recommend. If you've watched my videos, I try to only recommend stuff that is like affordable or honestly rather like cheap, because you know, that budget is a whole nother thing and it's all subjective. So I do recommend things on the cheap side, because honestly, getting this stuff I'd rather you get this stuff together as quickly as possible and not have to save and make these big sacrificial purchasing decisions. I'd rather you just get all the stuff that you need to be fully ready and squared away and freaking go time, Minuteman, whatever you want to call it, get you ready to go so that you can just start practicing with this stuff and, you know, practicing, building out your system, doing things your way. So yeah, like I said, that's kind of it. That's kind of all I got. Just sitting here in the floor with my bags. Hope you liked the video. Watch some more if you're already here. I will see you guys next time with some more thought-provoking stuff. Peace, guys.